Hey everybody, I'm Amber.
And I'm Maddie.
And we're
Witches Talking Tarot. Oh, I'm sorry, go ahead. I was just going to say last video that we're recording.
I was going to say, like, you're listening to this as the last video we're putting out before the end of maternity leave, but it's also the last video that we're recording before the beginning of maternity leave.
I know. Oh my gosh, I'm so... Oh gosh, you guys. Yeah. It's been a wild ride.
Yeah. And this is the last video because Merry Mabon. We are talking about that second harvest festival, one of my favorite holidays.
I think Mabon and Samhain are my favorite. Yeah. But then again, I also like Yule, so maybe I'm not the only one.
Yeah, so it's like I have trouble picking, to be honest.
Yeah.
I love me some Ostara. I love Mabon, also known as Witches Thanksgiving.
Yes.
And I love Yule. And Samhain has been my favorite since as long as I can remember.
Oh, absolutely.
Costumes are my goddamn thing. Like, my grandfather was a cool-ass motherfucker, and I aspire to be like him, and maybe this will be the year, so I'll let you know in plenty of time. But I'm going to have a Yule party, a Christmas party, but it's going to be costume. Because my grandpas did that.
You said Christmas, like Yule?
Yeah. Oh, my grandpas did that. Like, my uncle and his girlfriend at the time came dressed as wise men. My grandpas...
Oh my God, that's so funny.
I know.
Pregnant Mary.
I didn't see that in the pictures, but it might have been there.
I don't know. Fun thing.
Grandpas was a toy soldier. And he had a little, like, the little wind-up thing in his back, and he had, like, these overalls on and a little hat.
Oh, my God.
Yes,
little
exactly. Reindeer.
Oh, my God, Theodore.
Snowmen, exactly. Yes, so, like, my grandfather inspired me, because once I found those pictures and we have a yearly Christmas party, I was like, done. But every year, I don't tell people early enough for them to get costumes. So I'm like, maybe this will be the year that I'll do it early enough.
For Samhain/Halloween, I really was thinking about making Orion one of the Shrek babies. I don't know if you've seen them. Aren't they cute?
They are cute. So Lolly, when she was like her second Halloween, so she wasn't 2 years old yet, but it was her second Halloween, and she was the baby from the Addams Family.
Oh my God, with the mustache?
Yes.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Well, you know, I keep getting confused because we're actually filming this on Midsummer. So I keep calling Mabon Midsummer, but I mean
it is
Mabon. Yes.
Witches Thanksgiving. We can just call it that from here on out. I prefer calling it Witches Thanksgiving anyway.
When I hear the name Mabon, I think caramel apples.
Absolutely. I get that. I can dig it. When I hear the word Mabon, I very much think apples and sunflowers.
Really? Oh, the pretty, or red roses and sunflowers. How that goes so well together. I see that.
It's the colors,
You know.
And I mean, it's the colors of the season. Come Mabon, you've got the oranges and the reds and the yellows.
Are we harvesting the sunflower seeds?
So Mabon is also the autumnal equinox, when day and night are completely equal, right? So that is it. That is generally on or around September 20th, 21st. So the leaves, it depends on where you live, but the leaves are generally starting to change. Apples are in season, pumpkins are in season. I forget what I was answering with all of that.
Do we harvest the sunflower seeds yet? I think
so. I think this is the time that you would harvest the sunflower seeds. Right. I think Lunasa would be a little bit too early.
Right.
I'm not positive, but yeah.
I'm excited for pumpkins. I'm that bitch. Too. I don't give a shit. I like pumpkin. I like
Did
pumpkin
you see
everything.
my squash patch in the side yard?
Is that what that is?
Yes.
I was going to ask you. I thought it was
so many squashes. So Corey has this thing.
Was that on purpose?
Yeah. Okay, so Corey has this thing. Usually it's like on or around Black Friday, we have pumpkin smashing day. So all the pumpkins that have been around for Halloween and Thanksgiving decoration, we now take over to the side yard, and the girls and Corey, and if I want to, just go hog wild smashing those pumpkins with baseball bats.
Is that how it grew? Because I saw
all the seeds.
I thought it was such an awkward, or not even awkward, but just like a random spot for them. That's what I was thinking.
Pumpkin smashing day squash.
Oh, that's awesome.
I'm excited to see what's there.
How does everybody feel about it?
Corey's super happy.
They're like, yay.
The girls are ambivalent.
They're like, look what happened when we were Psycho.
Yeah, I'm excited. I want to see what's like. Are we going to have the white ghost pumpkins? Are we going to have some ornamental?
So
it's all sorts of them. It's all sorts. Last year or the year before, there's like a gray pumpkin.
Oh, wow.
So it could be anything. It could be food. It could be pumpkin pies. I'm excited to see what's going to happen.
I saw a funny meme where it was this corgi standing next to a pumpkin patch and it had shit out a pumpkin seed and was like, it grew. So would you eat those pumpkins? Like,
I'm going to eat the pumpkins, smashing pumpkins, absolutely.
No, I mean the dog shit pumpkins.
So some seeds...
Psychologically, it sounds weird. But
some seeds require the stomach acid of animals to be activated.
Right.
So there's a lot of things that we eat that have to be dropped by... Yeah, they have to be dropped by birds and things like that to germinate. So from that standpoint, I'm like, it's not like I'm eating the seed that was shat out. I'm eating a thing that grew from that seed. But the seed casing, I'm not going to eat that. That's what was in the ass.
Right, exactly. So it's like
that's my view.
I think I would eat those pumpkins, just like not think about it.
Right. So like.
But how do you not think about it if that?
For me, the difference is like that coffee that cats throw up.
Oh my God! Yes.
I'm not down with that.
Or there's there's coffee that something shits out.
Right.
Because they digest it. Yeah.
And that one, it's like, I'm not sure where I feel about that. I'm really not sure where I feel about that. But the whole seed thing, I'm so used to that idea, it doesn't faze me.
Yeah. Well, because you're not ingesting, like you said, the one that was in the ass.
Right.
Versus the one. Granted, it's not necessarily the most humane way to have coffee anyway, because those things are like hella overfed and shit.
Are they?
Yeah.
I probably wouldn't.
I mean, I've seen pictures of it. It kind of looks like
I think nutty,
like a not to be gross. The seeds when they come out kind of look like a payday.
That's one of my favorite candy bars. We can't talk about this anymore. Don't ruin it for me. All right, moving on. Like seriously, it is one of my favorites. We can't ruin it. Like, I can't look at a Baby Ruth and not think of Groundhog Day and be like, there's shit in the water. Damn it, Bill Murray. And then Bill Murray picks it up and eats it.
Oh my God.
Oh, Groundhog Day. Such a classic.
I haven't seen that movie in years.
Dude, I love Chevy Chase in Groundhog Day.
I just love Chevy Chase.
Dude, I love Chevy Chase. I actually like Groundhog Day 2 so much better.
Really? I have not seen that one.
Oh my God. It's got Jonathan Silverman with the great big beautiful eyes, and I can't remember the name of the daughter, but she was pretty big in the late 80s, early 90s, and I love that actress. So, because like it's a whole plot about this guy who's like, he's wearing like shiny blue and green jackets because he's like a used car salesman type of guy. And nobody at the club that's all fancy, wants him there. And he's like, fuck you guys, you're not going to get me to leave, It's a great movie. I like it.
On the topic of Mabon,
how to get away from that other thing.
So, so this is when we're harvesting.
This is the second harvest.
We're preparing for winter.
Yes.
So around this time.
It's most likely the last harvest before winter. So we are, in essence, we're enjoying what we get and then putting as much as possible away.
So enjoying what we get with
a feast.
Yeah. Yes. Right. And I think I had read also, like, this is when things would be drying, like herbs would be drying, correct, for winter use. Yep. I don't know if they canned back then, but ideally...
they didn't probably can, but they probably had a system similar.
Right.
Right.
Well, as a modern witch, when I hear Mabon, I think canning. So I wonder if that would be a good way to like incorporate Mabon. You know, like it's canned the last of the tomatoes, or like
I think making bread. Making bread is traditional, and that is my go-to.
It's such a kitchen witch.
Cone bread.
Cone bread, yes. I tried to make some cone bread, and I had all the ingredients out, and I was like, "Fuck yeah!" I got me some sugar, honey, and then I look at the date of the Jiffy Mix, and it was 2018, and I was like, "How are you still here? Forget this!" I gave it to my husband and was like, "This fucking is expired. I'm so upset. Tell me why the fuck I opened that cabinet and that 2018 fucking Jiffy Mix is back in my motherfucking cabinet."
Oh my god, that sounds like my teenagers.
I'm like,
you know what you should do? Whether it's Mabon or not, you could take it exactly cornmeal. Yes, that's a good idea.
That's what we'll do.
Yeah, because I love using cornmeal or cornbread mix. Like it's a great offering because cornmeal is ground up corn.
Right. So is corn coming into harvest at Mabon as well? Yeah. So now would be like harvesting corn.
Yep, we'd be harvesting corn and gourds and maybe some leftover summer fruits and vegetables that are still prospering, those plants, and all the, not winter wheat, because that's winter, right? I don't actually know what winter wheat is. It just popped out of my mouth because I was thinking about bread.
If we talk about a lot of food this episode, it's because these next Mabon, Samhain, Yule, these are the feasting.
Yes.
You know, I mean, there is feasting in the summertime, but that's more like modern day, it's too hot to cook, let's make some sandwiches.
Right.
You know, whereas this is stews,
this is witches' Thanksgiving.
Yes.
We
sweet potatoes.
Are feasting. Sweet potatoes. I love me some sweet potatoes.
With the marshmallows on top?
Nope, I like it with just butter. Lots of butter. Like, too much butter for probably other people. We talk about that. We talk about the brown sugar scoop. Like, that's my scoop of butter.
Oh my gosh.
Not really. It's too much butter even for me. But, about half of this
butter.
Half of this cauldron, I would say, of butter in a sweet potato, because sweet potatoes are generally pretty big. I like it with a lot of butter, but I don't put anything else on it because I love the taste of sweet potato.
No sugar, nothing?
No, I mean, if I'm in the mood, I'll add sugar and cinnamon because it tastes amazing with sugar and cinnamon. But I really like the flavor of a sweet potato. It's such a rich, sweet flavor. It's like, it's earthy sweet, and if I add sugar or brown sugar and cinnamon, it gets a dessert type of thing going on. And so if I'm going for a dessert type of thing,
I saw somebody put peanut butter on theirs.
Ooh.
Yeah, it was like,
that's
again, I think that's like a dessert thing.
Yeah.
But I did see somebody put peanut butter and blueberries on it.
Oh.
So it was like they did make it as a
thing. Yeah.
Damn. I knew that was not on purpose. I was just like, damn, that sounds good.
Because like Corey he makes a mean sweet potato pie. He makes pumpkin pie from scratch. Like,
oh, yeah.
Like, this man, he's got more patience than I do, which is why he's married to me.
Well, and you can incorporate poison, okay?
No.
Whoa, no. You can incorporate potions into your celebration as well.
I'm going to stop you real quick because it's so funny. Last week, I was just listening to the Crime Diner podcast episode about this lady who believes that her husband that she was trying to divorce because he was a POS was poisoning her and poisoned her pumpkin pies. So the fact that I was talking about pumpkin pies and you go, poison, that is immediately what I thought of.
What are you trying to tell me? Don't eat
the immediately what I thought of. Too funny. Continue. You can put potions into.
So you know what my favorite potion is to think of with Mabon though? Apple cider. Oh my god, and you can make your own.
Because apples are so Mabon.
Yes, and like what I like to do. Oh, sorry guys. What I like to do is it's not like completely homemade, Ain't nobody got time for that. So I'll take like a crock pot, and this is good for parties, feasts with your pagan friends, with your witchy friends. Put it in the crock pot. We've got some apple juice, a little bit of orange juice, not much, just some. We're going to take apple slices and poke them with cloves, which you can add intentions while you're doing this. And you can even poke the cloves, now that I think about it, in the shape of a pentacle.
Yeah.
You know, and again, cloves is like prosperity.
Right. And if you
like
slice the apple in a certain way,
right.
you already have a pentacle
right
there.
And so you want to put in a tea baggie.
But
if
you want to
one.
poke the seeds out because
yes.
they do have some art. You don't want to
yes.
soak that. So
yes.
sorry.
No, you're
so nobody
totally right.
says Amber was trying to poison people.
Right. No, you're totally right. So you take it, if you have one, motherfucking
crockpot?
No, motherfucking tea thing.
Oh, the little tea. Oh, I love those things,
so you can put some cinnamon in there. Well,
like
I guess
cinnamon sticks?
You can put cinnamon sticks in there.
Yeah,
it doesn't need a tea thing. But if you want to add allspice, you know, you may want to put that in the tea thing. You can even add a little bit of like bay leaf if you want to. Just all sorts of different. For me, it's all about the spices. I like cloves, allspice, cinnamon. I don't think you need to add sugar. If you do, maybe like half a cup. But the truth is, there's already sugar in the apple juice,
right?
And in the apples. So it depends on how sweet you like it. And you just like mull it over, and it warms up, and it's like a warm, delicious. Oh, you can put slices of oranges as well in there.
Yeah. Speaking of mulled, like mulled wine and honey mead.
Oh yeah.
Are great for Mabon. And I'm hoping maybe this year at our Mabon I'll be able to provide some blackberry mead.
Oh, that would be awesome.
Because Corey and I are like, what can we do with all these blackberries? So I was like, I want to try and make blackberry wine, blackberry mead.
Do it. Are you going to stomp them? Like the grapes?
Maybe.
That would be
gross.
I mean, they do that though. They used to.
They used to. I think now they use presses. Because like, I see myself more like mortar and pestling and then pouring into a strainer.
Oh, that's probably more hygienic. I was thinking I Love Lucy.
Oh, absolutely.
You know,
and I was thinking The Simpsons when Bart gets transferred to France as an exchange student. Yeah, like he winds up with like these criminal type guys who like make him work, and they have him like stomping on the wine. It's funny as hell.
I think that's on my bucket list. I would love to do that once. You know what I mean?
Point? Yeah,
at some point. Clean your feet, obviously.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, be legit. But,
yeah.
So to me, like the apple cider that I just mentioned, while it's not all homemade, you're adding it with the herbs, so you're adding your intentions. To me, that's a fucking potion. You know what I mean?
Well, and if you have a juicer, you can juice your apples yourself, and then like completely like, you know, as you're putting it through the juicer, you're working on those intentions being like ground into or whatever.
And it's really good. I've made it before. It's really good. I mean,
you know what? I'm gonna say, I feel like because when I had a juicer, my favorite thing was apple and carrot. I'm gonna say throw some carrot in that bad boy. Maybe. I bet it tastes good as fuck.
You know,
like carrot juice.
No, I bet you're right.
I like carrot juice and apple juice together.
Well, and carrots are also very grounding. Yes. They have that like...
And they have that earth energy, and I feel like... I don't know if they're in season, but I feel like as a root vegetable, this is the time.
Like, this would be the time.
Yeah, this is like potatoes, carrots, turnips, rutabagas, all the stuff that you've been growing.
I was going to say, but I guess this is more Yule. Like, you could take some cranberry juice, sweeten cranberry juice, or add your own sugar, and then add fresh cranberries, and then you've got the orange slices, and then the cinnamon. But I think that would be more for, like Yule, right?
Yeah, I think cranberries are a winter berry as well, where they naturally grow. I'm not positive about that. I could be wrong, actually, because I feel like they probably come in season right before the end of November, because like I don't think cranberries are particularly prevalent in any meal before Thanksgiving in the year, right? And not the witch's Thanksgiving, but the Americanized
the real one, right? The Americanized one, yeah. So I guess that would be more of a Yule. But like the point is, you could honestly incorporate that into everything.
And really, the basic thing is take whatever's in season in your area is the best thing for you to use to celebrate Mabon that you like eating anyway, right? Because if you don't like it, there's no point in buying.
Farmers markets are still open, I believe.
Usually.
Which would be
because again, this is the second harvest, right? So this is their last big payday for the year.
We've got squash.
Yep,
we've got squash. I love squash and zucchini.
Oh my God, there's some of my favorites.
Put them on the grill. Grilling, to me, for me, Mabon is more of the time for grilling as opposed to like the 4th of July. And for me, I think that's because it's so cool outside. I want to sit in front of a fucking hot ass grill and July 4th.
Makes sense.
You know?
Because Mabon and my birthday are so close together. I don't have any that kind of association. It is strictly like a fall thing, right? It is autumn is coming and
bonfires.
You know, yes, bonfires for sure. But like sitting around the hearth and stirring the stew kind of thing, you know, making a roast.
Can you do that with yours? Would you do
We're
that?
going to, absolutely.
Oh, you're going to?
Oh, yeah. Because like...
Do it.
Yeah.
Like, are you going to try it this year?
I don't know. I have to ask Corey.
Corey, you gotta... Well, he bought you a cauldron. Just clean it real nice. You know?
He wants a bigger one. They're expensive.
Yeah,
and he wants like the arm. Expensive. Like he's gonna install an arm in the fireplace that like can swing in to cook and then swing out so we can add spices and whatever.
I know that we're talking Mabon. Again, I'm brought to Yule because I'm thinking Muppets Christmas Carol with the little frog turning the fucking
and see, I'm thinking Samhain as I picture me, a witch, standing over a cauldron going back and forth in my fireplace. I'm like, well, that's some Samhain-y shit right there.
We need some roast. Didn't you say roast was
roast?
Good? Yes.
Because
like now would be the time we had talked about where like the older cows are going to slaughter.
Yep, they're going to be like they're going to get as much meat as they can, and then keep the younger ones going, and they're not going to be feeding these older ones throughout the winter, right? Because that would be wasteful for the resources,
right?
And they're going to eat them anyway.
And I think
so that's when they preserve exactly that. They salt the meat, they preserve the meat.
Can you imagine
and they make
the
a lot of roasts to feast on at the time as well.
I'm like imagining someplace in like Sweden or Scotland and they're all gathered together and they're smoke in the air and it smells like drying meats, but then you've also got the smell of like the bread baking and you've got kids running around.
And you've got that smell of the grease as it hits the coals and just smells like
I know. And
I don't eat much meat anymore, but it still smells good.
It smells good. Oh yeah. And you've got kids running around acting a damn fool and maybe there's a fucking random ass dog.
Right.
Like
and they're playing that game where they've got the stick and the wheel.
Oh my god, yeah. As they're actually hitting each other with it.
Yeah.
Like
I love this. That's how I want our Mabon to be.
I do. Because I love the ambience? Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Like I think that would be very like then off in the distance there's a werewolf staring through like we gotta make it like or there's someone watching.
Yeah.
It's
and
not
the
a werewolf,
is starting
it's the motherfucking ancestors.
It's Bigfoot.
Yes.
Oh, yes,
they're like they're not as close, but they're drawing closer. So they're still within like the darkness of the wood.
Yeah.
But they're right on the edge because they're getting closer and closer to joining their families. So like I imagine that's probably a creepy feeling.
Yeah. Nope, because the veil is thinning. I still like the Bigfoots watching them thing. Seriously, while we were out on the river this weekend, we were in the Bigfoot part of Missouri, and Corey tells me this on our first night when we set up camp, and I'm like, that's terrifying. And then he keeps finding little rocks in his chair. And if you know stuff about Bigfoot, like, okay, so Bigfoot throws rocks at you if he wants you to go away.
Yeah. Oh,
if he leaves you little rocks, he's like, you're cool. And I'm like, yeah, Corey, because you brought my crunchy ass, and I already thanked the forest for letting us stay here, and I already thanked the forest for letting us use the wood to warm ourselves tonight for our fire, and you're welcome, sir. I saved you from Bigfoot.
I have to say, I am a fan of vegan Bigfoot or pescatarian Bigfoot because the forest is his friend.
Yeah, and you know what? If he's pescatarian, where we were, he'd have been eating just fine.
Fish, right?
So much. Fish everywhere. I can't wait to go back. It was so gorgeous. Fish everywhere.
Love fish.
Oh, I know. Me too. And the water's just like so clear. You can see.
Is it deep?
All of them.
Like deep enough for
Some of them are deep pools. Yeah, some of it was
And
deep
where
pools.
did you go?
We were on the Jack Forks River. Jack's Fork River. I don't know where the S goes. I don't know. Corey corrected me like 3 times, so now I'm confused about the name.
I love floating. I love kayaking. I don't love the sun on my back.
Well, and so like Corey, he's really good as an outdoorsy person. So like, he was like, okay.
Did he wear a funny hat?
Oh yeah, we both did.
Oh yeah,
we both did. My original sun hat is now a goner. Oh yeah, you absolutely have to. Like, The only sunburn I got is this little strip on my ankle where my dress didn't cover it on Saturday because
You were in a dress and a kayak?
I was in a canoe, yeah.
Or
I was
a
in
canoe,
dress, yeah.
not a kayak.
I had my bathing suit on under the dress, but like a long sundress covered all my legs while we're sitting there. And then I had a very light long sleeve shirt on over it, so it wasn't hot, right? But it protected me from the sun.
Right.
And I had sunscreen on as well. But between the hat and the long clothing, like, he's smart about it. But granted, he's got a long sleeved hoodie shirt that it's like UV protection, so it's like a sunscreen shirt. Yeah, because he goes outside.
You know, I can't lie. I love the smell of the river. Not everybody does.
Oh, it was, yeah, I do.
It smells beautiful.
Oh, yeah.
So Mabon's not really a swimming.
No, it's not
holiday.
so much for water. Bonfires are appropriate. It's not really a fire holiday other than fires in the hearth and bonfires at night.
And it's not too hot, not too cold. We're coming into the better part of the year, if you don't mind me saying. Fuck
No,
July.
autumn is my favorite. Yeah, autumn's my favorite now. Is it because I'm a September baby? Maybe. Is that why Mabon's like one of my favorites? Maybe.
Fall?
It depends on where you live, but yeah, like traditionally, they're starting to change color this time of year.
Nice.
I don't care where I am. I love taking a fall drive.
Oh, absolutely.
And just looking at the foliage.
When we went, Amber and I, which is talking tarot, went to an amazing fucking party.
Yes.
It was fucking gorgeous. It was in Arkansas, right?
It was.
So it was like in the Arkansas hills. Are they hills?
Yeah. Little mountains, big hills, one of the two.
Right.
I was down there earlier today.
The ride was gorgeous. I bet it would have been beautiful in the... Wait, was it cold?
No, it was... No, it wasn't cold. It was warm.
Yeah, because I was pregnant, because unfortunately I had to be sober during the party.
Yeah.
That was one party you don't want to be sober
I know,
at. It was so much fun. It was actually our first official, booked for
tarot.
Witches Talking Tarot reading event thing. It was great. It was so much fun. It was beautiful. It was a practical magic theme.
It was. So everything was very fall colored.
Yes, it was.
It could have been a Mabon party when you look at the colors of
all you walk in and they had
the cheese and meat sandwich board. Oh, they did have the offering table.
Yeah, they had the offering. It was so great. It was fucking gorgeous. They had hot tub. I had to remind myself, Maddie, you were hired. This is not your party.
Yeah.
Don't crash it, because I'm like, damn, can I use your hot tub?
That's why when they were like, you can join if you want, I was like, I feel like I shouldn't.
I know.
I want to.
But I was so delusional. I'm like, damn, okay. This is fucking awesome. Thanks, guys.
It was great. And after you do that many tarot readings, it is good to mow down.
Absolutely.
And they let us eat the food because
they did. It was pretty fucking awesome.
Yeah, because they were out in the middle of fucking nowhere, so we couldn't have gotten anything.
Oh my god, it was.
I was out in that area today, but not nearly as cool of a drive. It was on gravel roads, but that hilly and curvy.
Oh my
terrifying.
God. I hate the hills. But we did see a thing.
Yeah, regular road, it's fine, but gravel? It was so steep, and I had to go downhill, and I was like, please, car, we survived a couple weeks ago. Let's survive this.
Well, and when Amber and I when Amber was driving, because she was the driver.
Yeah.
She was like, I don't know, this is deer area.
Yeah.
And then we see a whole ass fucking,
a big herd of deer.
Yes. Yeah. It was gorgeous. Yep. I imagine that's a beautiful area. So when you say country drives during autumn, that is what I think. Because Bryson and I do that all the time.
Oh, yeah. And Corey, exactly that town we were in when we lived down there in Arkansas in Bentonville, Centerton area. We used to take little drives over to Eureka Springs and just look at the lake and this and that, so and not just Eureka Springs, but a whole everywhere in between Bentonville and Eureka.
Well, Arkansas gets such a bad rep, with inbreeding and shit, but it's a gorgeous.
Yeah, I don't make those jokes anymore because my youngest is born in Arkansas because we live there.
You know what? I don't make those jokes anymore either because I do have family in Arkansas. Also, Alabama.
Well, one of my friends in high school, I will never forget, and it's too funny to me. She and her older brother, I lived in Memphis. They went to see Journey, okay, because Journey came.
Right.
But they Journey came to, I don't know, maybe Little Rock, somewhere in Arkansas. Mm-hmm. So they drove from Memphis to Arkansas, and they were seeing Journey. And I don't know what it was that happened, because I can't remember, because this isn't my own story. But I don't remember what happened. But she looks at her brother and she goes, man, they must be from Arkansas, fucking inbred motherfuckers or some shit like that, right? And like everybody around her is kind of like, excuse me? And she's like, oh shit, I'm in Arkansas.
Oh my God, I'm in Arkansas.
Because like when you're from Tennessee, you make fun of Arkansas. When you're from Arkansas, I bet you make fun of Tennessee.
But it's such a surprisingly beautiful area. It is.
But it is gorgeous. Mm-hmm. It's like, I liked living in Arkansas.
No offense, but like, fuck Kansas. That shit is like not exactly pretty. I mean,
there are areas that really are. The Flint Hills are gorgeous. Mm-hmm.
It's Kansas, right? The one that's just like...
It's just, everybody says it's just flat, but it's really not just flat. The part that we're closest to is a lot of flat. Emporia is really gorgeous. It has these green rolling hills of grasses. Mm-hmm. It's like emerald waves of grain. Wow. Like, it's gorgeous.
So is it flat because it's flat, or is it flat because it's farm?
I think it's flat because it's farm.
Because that's where the around here we're farm, but we're more
it's hilly
meat.
And mountain.
Well, and we're more meat farms. Like, whereas I think that's more crops.
Yeah, exactly. Like corn and stuff.
Yes.
Kansas is like the sunflower state. They have lots of sunflowers. I used to live there. I lived, I think, in the city where they have the state fair, and the state fair is always like sunflower oriented.
We went to the state fair. We used to go to the state fair for Missouri all the time. Every time we went there, though, my mom would always be like, oh, these poor animals, because it's so fucking miserable. It is so hot. And then they have these events where you dress up your sheep. Who can have the prettiest sheep? And while it's a cute idea, it's hot as fuck outside, and you're putting clothes on sheep.
A fucking sheep that hasn't been sheared for months when it probably should have been.
Yes, and
at this time of year.
I do love going to the farmers, or not the farmers market, the fair. I do. Yeah. It's just so. I know it's got to be so hot.
Yeah.
But it is cute seeing the little kids with their baby cows.
Yeah. I like going to the fair for like the local vendors and the local artisans and the fair foods. Fair food.
Speaking of Mabon,
exactly. Food, like, because fair food, like, I love me some sausage and peppers.
I see, like, funnel cakes Italian being a Mabon thing.
Oh. Like, sorry, Mabon makes me think of food.
It does. Not so much Yule for me, but Mabon.
At least in Kansas, I believe the state fair did come to town at the same time as Mabon in Kansas.
Really?
Yeah, because I remember for my 21st birthday, we my parents babysat the two girls that we had at the time, and we went to the state fair, and I was gonna have a beer at the fair. Terrible idea to like drink a beer on top of fair food. Well, we went back in the evening because we took the kids with my parents.
You got yourself a cone dog. And
yeah, exactly. And then,
a foot-long cone dog.
Exactly. And then we got the kids settled with my parents. We went back because we still had our wristbands on, so we didn't have to pay admission again.
Right.
Had a couple beers, had some funnel cake, went on some more rides, and I got sick of shit.
Oh my God, I fucking believe it.
Yeah, like that beer was a bad idea. I don't like beer, guys.
Well,
I know this now. Other than like, I like them hard seltzers though. Like Truly's, I'll throw some back.
Like, and the thing about fair food is like, why is it fair food? Because it's so motherfucking heavy.
Yeah.
And like fairs often take place during the hot time.
Right.
So tell me why the fuck we're eating like big ass corn dogs and like funnel cake, because this shit is stuff that make you sick. You know?
I know.
Like,
I think it's like a
chili cheese.
Did it become a like? Did it start out as a like? Are you brave enough?
I do.
Is it a challenge?
Like you say fair and fair food, and it does make me think of Mabon, because is that the time that fairs are?
Yeah, because like you can get caramel apples at the fair.
Right.
I mean, it's a lot of crossovers.
Caramel corn.
Caramel corn, popped corn in any way, shape, or form. Kettle corn. I love me some kettle corn.
I'm just saying Charlotte's Web.
Oh,
so I know.
But like, and I I feel like Tulsa's fair.
Mm-hmm.
My dad would take us in like August, not September, but I could be wrong. But I know Kansas's fair was always in September when we lived out there. And I don't know that I've been to the Missouri State Fair.
Missouri State Fair, fun fact, is actually where the ice cream cone was created.
Oh, nice.
What happened was it was so fucking hot
everybody's
ice cream was melting. Everybody was buying ice cream.
Oh.
So what happened was they ran out of dishes and spoons. So they were like, nobody's buying that guy's waffles because it's hot as shit.
Right.
So what if we pair up, right? Let's roll this shit up and put ice cream in that. And that's how I learned that in history. Local history in middle school.
Everybody, thank you, Missouri.
Right? Exactly. Yeah. It was the St. Louis Fair.
You know what? Like, is this going to be the food episode, not the Mabon episode? I want to talk about other street food. Like, I'm just thinking,
but to be fair,
Philly
you said at the beginning, Mabon is the witch's Thanksgiving.
Yeah, it is about food. It is food. And yes, it is preparing for winter, but it is celebrating
food for winter.
Yes, exactly.
Literally, yeah.
Yeah, it is celebrating with food.
Right, exactly. And maybe that's why it's one of my favorite ones. I'm not gonna lie, because if there is a witch's Thanksgiving, it's that, like a regular American Thanksgiving. What do? We eat a lot of food, and then some people watch football, and some people just fuck around, but we eat a lot of food and get sick. That's Mabon. You know what I mean?
Well, and for me, it's like we bake a lot of breads and things like that, and then eat a lot of food, and then go to sleep. Like a bear.
Exactly.
We hibernate for a minute after Mabon.
Oh yeah, well shit, I do that on Thanksgiving and Christmas.
Okay,
too.
so
I can't lie.
You know what? Let's take a minute to talk about our last Mabon. That bomb ass honey apple chicken.
Oh my god.
Your fucking bread.
Oh my god, dude. That was, first of all, our friend's kids scared the fuck out of your fucking dogs.
Oh my god. I thought my dog was gonna bite somebody for the first time.
I think he was mad. But it was so funny. It was like, But Amber made this amazing chicken, which is a great recipe. It was like, what did you stuff under
I stuffed apples under the chicken skin with basil. I almost said bay leaves, but no, basil, whole basil leaves and apples under the skin.
It was
and then I drizzled the whole thing in honey, sprinkled a little salt on there, because salt always enhances all the flavors.
Right.
And baked that shit. It was so good.
It was moist as fuck, but the skin was also crispy. It was really like...
I think it's like one of my new Mabon meal.
I think so.
Like the apple and the honey and the chicken. It just all goes so well.
My husband recently asked me to make some more of that bread. I don't really make it except for around Mabon, Samhain, because
it was good.
It is good. It's great. It's vegan. It's good. It's great, but I'm not about to cook that shit in the summer. We'll have the oven on for like an hour. Fuck
Corey,
that.
we do lots of salads in the summertime.
And sandwiches.
Which is why once it's Mabon, I'm ready for stew. Like
Pasta.
that stew our friend made. Oh my god.
Theodore's favorite. Theodore
he did. He ate the shit out of it, didn't he?
Yes, he did.
All the kids just downed it, and so did us adults.
Because it was sweet potato. It was like
squash and sweet potato. Yes.
So like when I hear Mabon, I'm imagining back in the day, maybe they were eating more of like the vegetables and the gourds that were kind of getting soft a little bit.
Oh, maybe.
Which would make sense as to why they're like stewing them, because they want to save the ones that aren't that soft for preserving. I have no
it makes sense. It makes logical sense. Maybe you're right, maybe you're wrong. It does make logical sense.
Yeah.
I agree with that. I think that makes a lot of sense.
I think so.
And that would make sense. And the same thing with other kinds of you use the tomatoes that you've got left that they're on their way out because they're the last of the summer fruits, so you make a stew that's tomato based as well,
right?
Because,
exactly, exactly. And maybe there's a few, I was gonna say maybe there's a few leftover berries, but I don't know about that one.
I think that's possible. Maybe.
Well, pie is a big thing.
I'm trying to think.
Pumpkin pie is a big
pie,
thing.
sweet potato pie, zucchini bread.
Oh, yeah.
Corey, my husband can cook. That boy makes that zucchini bread, we eat it like it's dessert.
It is. You can make chocolate zucchini bread. Oh, yeah, I've seen it. It's really cool.
His
really
zucchini bread's I'm drooling thinking about it.
I know. I'm like
damn.
This is a great episode.
It is. Y'all getting some ideas? Okay, so last year for Mabon, our menu was we had
The chicken?
We had the chicken. We had a pot roast.
Yes.
Yes.
The chicken was so much better than the pot.
It was
so good.
It was so much better. And the pot roast had onions and carrot and potato.
Chicken. I mean, they did.
They
but
did, but like the guys, they ate that pot roast like there was none left.
Right.
Like the guys just devoured the pot roast. And then they ate the chicken because they were
I'm
still
like,
hungry.
why are you sleeping on this chicken?
Right,
Like,
it
this
was
is
good.
I brought 2 pieces home to my husband, and he got pissed because I ate a piece. He was like, why is there bones in here? Like, I'm like, I'm sorry, it was good. Because I don't think Bryson was there.
No, he wasn't.
No, he was for Yule, but not this
he was
one.
for Yule, but yeah.
And then the stew. We had the stew. I
was so
had
good.
made
Your
homemade bread.
And muffins?
Muffins and cinnamon rolls.
Yes, yes.
Which weren't the best, but I hope they...
I mean, they were good.
They got
it. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
And then there was like an apple spice cake.
oh,
And,
yeah. And...
Was there...
Oh my God, egg salad? Or
Was
what?
that
Deviled
Yule?
eggs. Deviled eggs.
Was that at Mabon?
No, that was Yule. You're right.
Yeah, okay.
But I feel like there was
eggs
some...
were fucking fly.
Yeah, dude, for reals.
Pretty
low
fly
key,
for
I'm gonna be
some
real
mornings.
with you. They weren't as good as Tammy's though. But Tammy makes some like crazy ass
Yeah, she adds the avocado.
It's like avocado and cilantro and like
Yeah.
pico de gallo. So
Yeah,
it's like
it's
they're
good.
2 different
It's
types
2
of
different
eggs,
things.
You know what I
like
mean? But like,
you're not comparing. Yeah, it's
Right.
like it's comparing Mexican to Italian food. It's like
right.
you love them both, but like you can't. They're 2 different animals to compare.
Well, and you said, we just said deviled eggs, and I'm thinking paprika is a great herb to include in your. So for herbs and seasoning, we've got paprika. Again, the spices I think are really important.
Basil, right?
Absolutely.
You're using your herbs that you want to use what you can while they're fresh, right? So you've got whatever's available in the garden in your area, but like basil. Like you said, paprika would be great.
Right. I would imagine crushed red
marjoram,
pepper.
I think. Thyme, maybe.
Oh, I think
Crushed red
thyme.
pepper.
Thyme, sage.
Yeah, sage.
Because everybody
I don't
uses
actually
sage.
like thyme, but yeah. Love me some sage.
Everybody uses sage for Thanksgiving and Mabon, and I guess it's just that time of year.
It is, yeah.
You know what, bitch? I mean, sorry, I'm just like, I bet you could put some sage on that
I
chicken
was thinking
too.
Stuff that sage up under some basil.
I was like, damn, that'd be
good. Apple sage, just like the candles that you can get on our Patreon.
So
damn, that shit was good.
This was a fun episode, but okay.
Food.
While we're we're still talking about food, but also there's a god named Mabon in the Celtic.
Yes, there is.
In the Celtic lore.
Right.
Now, I don't know his full story. I just know him because I also know his mom, Matron. What is it? Matron. Starts with
Madron.
a D.
With a D, right?
Yeah, D.
Yeah.
And basically, Mabon was stolen from his mother when he was like 3, and she thought he was dead. He eventually ends up coming back, but for the time being, this being a holy day for her as well, she is the goddess of mothers who have lost their children. You know, I don't know the full story of Mabon.
Very similar to Rhiannon.
It does, doesn't it? But
yeah.
I guess.
But y'all hear in some weeks, so keep sticking it out.
Right. And I'm like, are they both Celtic? Yes.
Yeah, they are both Celtic. Yeah, Rhiannon is specifically Welsh. From the Mabon.
I'm going to look up Mabon real quick, just because I remember more about his mother than him, simply because his mother was one that I connected with. I actually connected with her after I lost my own pregnancy.
Yeah.
So the name Mabon comes from the Welsh god, who is the son of the Earth
Welsh.
Mother. Yes. Okay. Mabon, or Madron, is a figure in Welsh literature and mythology, the son of Madron.
I hate it when they do that.
You know what I mean.
Is it a typo? Or,
right,
yeah, I know what you mean.
And a member of Arthur's war band. Both he and his mother were likely deities in origin, descending from a divine mother-son pair. So it's very like mother-sonny, you know, losing your child. But it is an Arthurian legend. So that...
Very interesting.
Which is always so confusing to me, if I can be with you.
Haven't gotten there yet. Yeah.
Right. I mean, I want to.
Corey's my King Arthur fan, but
well, truth be told, Celtic lore confuses me at times because they speak of them as if it's history, but it is history. But it gets confusing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's like, wait, Wait, like King Arthur was real, right?
Yeah, no,
Like-
I mean, that's like with, because today's midsummer, so I'll talk about it for a second. That's like the Slavic myths when we were talking about Dajboga versus Yarilo, and then there was also the other deity that his name is the same as the Slavic midsummer celebration, and he is essentially like the deity of midsummer, but his story is the exact same as Yarilo's, other than the fact that he is the deity of midsummer. Kupala, his name is Kupala because it's called Kupala Nights. But yeah, just like interesting the way that
The stories
everything
are told,
line up. Yeah.
Now, in the neo-pagan, modern pagan, you could say Wiccan, modern pagan, whatever, belief, is this when the goddess is going into her crone stage? Or is she going into, like, we're coming up
Not
on the
yet.
dark time, so is she pregnant right now?
She is full and ripe with child right now.
Yes, because
I believe.
Yule is when he's
and
born.
May Day is when she's gotten pregnant.
Okay, yeah.
And Yule is when he's born.
Right.
And Yule is when she moves into the crone's.
Right?
How does that work? Actually, wait a minute. No, because that doesn't make fucking sense. I'm not
got
Wiccan,
a handy
guys.
dandy
Sorry,
notebook.
not Wiccan. But so here's the thing for me: the goddess is moving into her crone stage at Samhain, as far as I could be concerned.
Right.
Prior to that, she's in her mother stage. Prior to that, she's in her maiden stage.
Right.
So, like for me, I associate maiden with like the spring and the summer, the mother with the summer and the fall, and then the crone with the fall and the winter again.
Okay, so the northern hemisphere during Mabon. I'm sorry, the southern whatever, they're going to be celebrating Ostara. That's like the opposite, right?
Yep.
Let's
Because
see.
it's the equinox, so
the
it's
original.
when night and day are equal.
Okay. Mabon comes from the Welsh god who is the son of the Earth Mother that we just talked about. So I'm trying to find the neo-pagan origin.
Switch vapes before I
Okay, well, I can't find any, so we're talking... I mean, I'm sure I can, but it's going to take a minute. Okay.
Yeah, and like, again, I'm not Wiccan, so I don't really follow
I think
that.
it's beautiful.
You know?
I do
think it's beautiful. It's just not part of my practice. So
for me, I focus on the more
definitely-
older, you know.
Yeah, I focus on older.
Okay, here it is. So the days were longer in the night than the nights until this moment, and after this night, the nights will reign. The god is making his exit from the stage of seasons, heading towards his symbolic death at Samhain in just a few weeks. As with Ostara, the theme is balance. What the fuck? I don't want a free book. Sorry, Papa.
So he dies at Samhain, and then he's born again at Yule?
The birth of the sun god.
Yeah, see, again, I'm not Wiccan. I don't, follow. Like, it's beautiful stories. I do like them. Like, I loved when we were in the Yule Parade and played out the battle of the Holly King versus the Oak King. That shit was fun, y'all. Like, we were representing in our town, like, and the pagans in the crowd were so excited to see the local pagans in the Christmas parade. And the church in front of us was so nice. They gave us... Yeah, oh, that's right, you weren't there. You had to work.
Oh, I did have to work, but I was also pregnant.
Yeah, you were also pregnant. You were going to be the mother in the red.
Yes.
Because you were pregnant.
Right.
Yeah, but then they scheduled you to work.
That was really upsetting. That was really upsetting because I wanted to see it because I hear the fight between the OK. First of all, Rex,
good.
LOL.
Oh my God, they were so good.
From what I understand, his staff broke, like at the end of it, or
maybe, or like I feel like they went at it. They were
living their
Star Wars dreams.
Womb, womb.
Yeah, they were having a ball.
I wonder if they said anything like, it's nice to see you again. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and nobody heard. Like, they're doing like this full-on like dramatic dialogue. Like, you can't defeat me. You're
would
just
be great.
a child.
I hope they were. I hope, because it was great. They really did. They did it great.
I really wish I had seen that, but that was Yule, right?
Yeah, it was Yule.
We should do something for Mabon, I think.
Yeah, we should.
When is it?
Around September 20th.
Yeah, so
if you're
I
up
think
to it,
so.
I think we could get
so.
the gals together.
I think that would be really fun.
Oh,
I
yeah,
think
I love Mabon.
it would be nice if Bryson could go this time.
Yeah.
Try your chicken for realsies.
Yeah, for sure.
Not
for
just
sure.
get the marrow. No, I swear I left him some. I swear, but he's like gonna sit there and act
I know,
like a
because he
buggin'.
said it was good. He did, so.
He's like, the little pieces of scraps I got was good. I had to suck the marrow out of the bone.
Dude, I still love that bread though.
I'm very excited to make some more of it.
Yeah,
so how will you be celebrating Mabon?
What will you be doing? Let us know on Twitter at Classiest Witches.
Yes, and if you have any recipes, because again, we are Witches Thanksgiving right now.
Yeah,
that's what we're talking about.
Right, so
please share.
Yeah. Share your recipes. Tell us what you eat. We need ideas because we'd like to incorporate other things in the repertoire.
Right, and I wonder, is there any other cultures that do Mabon? I'm going to be real with you. I didn't bother looking it up, but I'm very curious. Like, is there different? Because right now we're discussing European, because we're predominantly European. But I wonder if there's any like traditions for like Southern cultres. I would say, like, do you have any like? If you're Hispanic, do you have
if you're
tamales?
in the southern, if you're in the southern hemisphere, right?
Oh shit! It's like spring, right? So never mind. That makes no sense.
Yeah. Well, no, I mean it doesn't make no sense. It just means like they're doing those flower things, and the fertility stuff.
Right. I don't know what I was thinking. I totally forgot about
I never.
Australia doesn't exist.
Look, on Amber is the color. On Amber is the color, I always try to remember to like share a thing for the other hemisphere.
Right.
But I don't always think
I
about
don't
it
know why.
otherwise.
When I think that, I think Australia, and I'm just like, man, fuck you guys. You got some scary ass shit.
Dude, like, one of my favorite memes is like,
we're gonna
Australians are just British Texans, and as somebody from Texas, love it because like Australian accents are banging. Like,
I'm pretty sure
I do love me an Aussie accent.
For a while, Australians were prisoners from Europe and
Britain. Yeah,
yeah, that's how they lived.
Right,
like literally. I mean, how the fuck? I would not want to go to Australia. Like, of course, you see in movies nowadays, they're like, they'll ship you to the Americas. Whew. Okay. As long as it's not fucking Australia.
Right? Like, you got Look, they have such dangerous ass spiders there that there is an episode of Peppa Pig about defending spiders.
Yes. They didn't fucking air it.
They banned it. You're not allowed to watch it in Australia so that kids won't get killed by the spiders.
Dude. So do you guys eat like things like dingo pie? I mean, I'm not trying to be like rude.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm sure. But don't eat shark soup, okay? Because that's really popular there. Stop eating the shark soup.
Really? Mm-hmm. And I was just about to say, I bet saltwater crocs taste pretty good.
I bet they do.
I bet they're still protected though.
They get big as fuck in Australia.
Oh yeah,
dude.
Salties are the mean ones.
I don't know why anybody.
Freshwater crocs are less aggressive.
I've said it once, I'll say it again. I'm sure I've said it on this podcast. Who the fuck decides I'm going to go on vacation to Australia or Africa?
I did before I knew what animals were there, and then I was like, that's terrifying.
Fuck a safari. No thank you, because even if you don't encounter the ants that'll eat you alive, you could still like get eaten by a tiger or some shit, like Idris Elba in the new movie coming out. But like...
Wait, did you just say it?
There's a new movie coming out?
No. You could be
I meant a lion. I meant a lion.
Oh, okay. I was like, where did we?
Wait, we're not in Thailand, Maddie. Come back.
Where are we? I forget.
I meant a lion
in Africa. Okay. Got you. I'm back with
And also, a kangaroo can disembowel.
Oh yeah. Like,
but then you see
Australia's scary.
But you see videos of
I'm gonna watch
Aussies.
Rogue tonight, even though my internet's now fixed. I love Rogue. It is like, it's about a crocodile in Australia and Sam Worthington is like
well, the thing about like Australia,
bomb motherfucker.
Like I've seen videos of like men beating the fuck out of a kangaroo like to save their dog. It'll try and get their dog, and this one guy just straight up jack punched the kangaroo right in the face.
Do they eat the dog, or
no?
they
It's
just don't
gonna
like
kill
him?
him. It's just gonna
It just
kill him
doesn't like
because
dogs?
kangaroos are assholes. They're like horrible animals.
They're like lions that can jump.
Yes, no, they're horrible. They are so
Okay,
aggressive. They are so like. They're bad. But anyway, so they have...
Damn, Kanga, you didn't raise Roo right?
No, like so this kangaroo
I'm
had
sorry,
a hold of the
like
dog's
Winnie
neck.
the Pooh has me convinced that
they're...
kangaroos are sweet.
No! Oh my god.
I mean, I know they can hurt you because they're powerful, but I didn't know they went out of their way to be like...
Oh yeah.
Jackasses. But then again, I'm pretty sure...
Wasn't there
just like dancing bears, I think we used to make kangaroos box people. So maybe kangaroos, unlike American deer, were like, fuck you guys, we're going to fight back for real.
Dude, so this guy...
I don't know.
This
Tell me if I'm wrong. I'm not judging on Australia. I really don't know. Because it was my people that did the bear things. So.
It had a hold of the dog's neck.
With its mouth or its hands?
His hands. They have human hands with claws. And this guy just walked right up and jack punched a fucking kangaroo in the face. And the kangaroo was shocked. And he let go of the dog and he was just like...
What the fuck you up?
No, he was like, what just happened? And then he like kind of like jumped away. Like he was so like just confused,
surprised.
But they're horrible. Like they're very brutal. They'll also come up and break your window. Like if you're like at your house. Can you imagine just be chilling watching TV?
And it's like bam!
There's a fucking kangaroo outside. Oh my god.
And it's not Kanga with Roo? No, I can't imagine.
Oh my god.
I'm not down.
They're like mouse people. You get what I'm saying? Like they look like mice, but like
as people. Yeah, no, I'm
fuck a kangaroo.
Man, I used to think they were so cute.
Koalas are mean too.
Yeah, I know. Actually, documentaries have already ruined koalas for me. They're little bastards that like puke on you on purpose or something.
Yeah, and also they'll just rip your fucking face off.
Yeah, they'll rip your fucking face off.
They're like raccoons
too. And like, aren't their claws poisonous? Because their spit's poisonous because they eat the eucalyptus.
Eucalyptus, yeah. So like, while Australia may have... Dingoes are fucking cute as fuck. They look like Dodge dogs. Have you seen them?
I grew up with dingo ate my baby jokes, so dingoes have never been cute.
They are so cute. They look like they look like domesticated dogs.
Yeah, no, they're not. They eat babies. So
no, they really do.
They really do. That lady was.
Well, what about the little octopus that's cute as fuck? It gets this big, kills you. And then it fucking kills you the second it.
Well, and like the most deadly jellyfish that you can't even see, I'm pretty sure, is in the water around Australia. Like anybody, like we have some Australian listeners.
Do we?
We do. We have several. Okay. Let me tell y'all. You are some of the baddest ass motherfuckers because I would not live where you... I wouldn't be able to live where you live. So, hands down, I give you props, y'all.
We don't even have anything really scary
Plus, you're
here.
like Texans, and I am a Texan too, so...
I just think
it's... fam or something.
Of course they were prisoners. That's how they survived. You know what I mean? You have to be tough as fuck to survive.
Sorry. Australia scares me
more than
much
Africa?
As the Amazon.
Oh my god, fuck the Amazon.
Yeah, I mean, scary.
Let's
I'm a baby when I love some nature, but I know my limits. I was out in nature all weekend.
Fuck the Amazon. No, that's horrible.
That's horrible. Oh my god.
But don't start
I fundraised for the Amazon my whole childhood. I sold frozen bananas in Florida to save the Amazon.
I know.
Literally.
Like, no, I totally believe you. But, like, also them snakes. And I totally believe they get, like, as big as, like, a fucking, like...
Yeah. Like, I'm sorry that I'm afraid of it, but, like, look... I know what my limits are. Mm-hmm. I was out in the middle of nowhere in Missouri. Literally, the middle of nowhere. Like, if we had broken an arm or whatever, we just would have had to get out. You know, like, middle of nowhere, there was no help. There was no electricity. There was no cell phone signal. No nothing. Well, we knew going into it, and I'm not bothered by it. It was actually so nice. I got to put my phones on my mom for 2 days, and I couldn't even check my phone if I wanted to.
Nice.
I was out in the middle of nothing. And I knew what the predators were around me.
Do we have rattlers around here?
We do have rattlers. Where I was, there were water snakes as well as rattlers. Mm-hmm. And this one water snake that we were rowing towards, like, he was like 20, 40 feet
Did he
away.
come after you?
No, he like stayed in the water where he was and was like, as we approached, and was like, dude, just keep swimming. Like,
oh my god.
Why are you still there?
The animals I'm mostly afraid of where we're at is the snakes, which would be the cottonmouth rattlesnake. But that's about it. You know, I'm not too terrified of spiders, except for
the
brown
bears
recluse.
we have are small enough.
They're small.
Right. And there's bobcats and there's cougars.
Yeah, bobcats are scary. They will fuck you up. Cats are scary because they know to go for the jugular or a vital, vein.
Yeah, and I won't lie. There was the second night of camping, we had water behind us and in front of us. And
did you hear something in the water?
Oh, there was something coming up to, I don't know. Corey convinced both of us that it wasn't a little bear. But he was like, it was probably a raccoon. And then I saw a raccoon on the side of the road that was like almost the size of a medium dog. So maybe it was a raccoon. Because when he said it was a raccoon and then I heard it swim away, I was like, that was not a raccoon.
It was a gator. It was.
That's what I told. Like, as we were paddling, I was like, I know that there aren't gators here, but because we're in fresh water and I am a Florida girl, like, I just see gators everywhere.
Well, no, and truth be told, like, I have that crazy what if anxiety because we got the global warming. Alligators are going further north than they've ever
gone. Yeah, I know, and that's why I'm like, they could come. And there's so many food sources up there, right? Like, they would have fish forever, like, there's so many fish in that river.
So, like...
But, like, my point is, like, I could maybe handle being in that kind of wilderness all the time, right? Where the biggest predator I have to deal with is a mountain lion.
Yeah. Absolutely, because mountain lions, for the most part, stay away. For the most part.
And they usually, if they're going to hunt a human, it's a single human, not multiple humans, right? But that said, like, Australia, Africa, the Amazon, where at least with the river, if you're on the bank, you have area around you where it's not just all trees, right?
The Amazon?
Well, in Missouri.
Oh, yeah.
With the Amazon, I don't know about that, and all I know is that there be jaguars and all sorts of other crazy shit.
Jaguars? I'm talking about the fucking anacondas. Like,
well, that too. But like, jaguars will fucking kill you. Like,
oh yeah, they will, and they'll carry you up in the tree.
Yeah, and they're powerful, and like, and then in Africa, there's like a lot of predators. There's hyenas. There's lions.
I love nature.
You get drunk and you fall asleep outside in Africa, you might get eaten by a hyena.
Or
like,
an
I've
ant.
seen, or ants. Yeah,
yeah, like really.
Truth. Yeah,
like
shit. Probably in the Amazon too. But like, my point is, there are certain areas of complete wilderness that I could truck with, and there's certain areas of complete wilderness that I cannot do as a person, where I am mentally, emotionally, whatever. I couldn't handle. So y'all that live in Australia, or if you listen to us and live in Africa, but I don't think we have any African listeners. And
you are brave.
Yeah, you are brave, and like, hats off to you. All my witch hats off to you, y'all. Like, fuck, I couldn't do it.
Now, before we get off here, I do have to ask.
Just
I know we did. We're talking about nature and being out in nature. Did you see the picture of that little boy that was lost in the woods for like 4 days? Okay, please let me show you this shit. Now, the memes were kind of mean. Obviously, this kid was like, dude, I think he was only 4. And he ran outside and he got lost in the woods.
Okay, I know the story. I don't know if I've
here's
seen
what
the
he
picture.
looked like before.
Okay.
Cute. Here's what he looked like after.
Oh.
What did he see? what did he see? Oh my God, what did he see?
Hunger.
You think so?
I do. Like, people don't know.
It looks like the World War II photos.
Like, people don't know what hunger is like until, like, they're hungry and there's not food available, right? The kid doesn't know what he can eat.
Right.
And maybe he did eat stuff he shouldn't have. Maybe he did see something.
I'm like, was it aliens? You know, like, did you...
But, like,
did he see a wild animal attack something and he had to, like, hide? I don't fucking know.
I think he saw what it's like to be as vulnerable as you possibly can be, right? Like, an adult in that same situation, fucking vulnerable as hell, right? They got lost in the woods. They have no provisions with them. Maybe they have some wild crafting knowledge. Maybe they know how to look for whatever star or the moss on the side of the tree or what way water's running to get back to civilization.
Right.
Maybe.
This
day and age, most American adults don't know most of anything I just said. You know what I mean? As far as getting themselves out of a bad situation, right? So you're incredibly vulnerable when you're out in the wilderness as an American, because we unfortunately don't teach our children how to survive off the land. We don't teach our children what's safe to eat versus what's not safe to eat. Like, we teach our kids, here's the grocery store, right? So when you're vulnerable and you start to get hungry and you start to get thirsty and there isn't food and water, you can't walk to the kitchen.
Would you say that's like insanity in his eyes?
I think that's
temporary
true fear. I think that is true fear and understanding of how vulnerable he is in this world. Because I don't think many of us as Americans understand how vulnerable we are as people.
Well, and someone compared it to shell shock.
Survive. Yeah.
You know?
Well, I get that because
he's haunted.
How many of us, myself in this statement included, could survive in the woods for 4 days without a bag of granola bars and a bunch of bottles of water? How many of us could do it? I could not. If I got lucky enough to be in a place that had things that I was familiar with, maybe.
Right. Well, you can eat.
But
as
like,
a grown adult, I know you can eat bark off a tree. You know what I mean? As an adult. But like, with him, you know, of course, I feel so bad for him, the poor cat. But then you got to read the comments as well, and of course they make light of it because they're like,
they're online. They're like, it doesn't affect them.
He is part of the forest now. You know what I mean? Like. But honestly, seeing the before and after photos, it's very like it makes you. It's a shock.
Yeah,
it is.
You see the difference.
He's doing all right, just hungry. That's what the article said. Like, he's doing okay. He's adjusting well.
But, like, so, like, you watch Naked and Afraid, right?
Yes.
Okay, so Corey also watches this show called Alone. Okay? I think it's Alone.
Is it like Naked and Afraid, but you're alone?
Well, you're alone, but you're not naked. But you're in, like cold-ass places and for much longer. Like, X amount of months you gotta survive in Alaska or some shit. Like Alaska. Bear country, always. They're like always put in bear country, like in places where you need to build a log cabin to be like good, right? But you'll watch these grown men, and as hunger sets in, and they've never experienced true hunger before. Right. Not
many
hungry.
People do.
Yeah, not many people do.
At least
it is a terrifying feeling when you have true hunger and you don't know where that next meal is coming from.
Because it's less...
And that's what I see in that kid's face.
It's less I'm hungry and more I'm going to fucking die.
Yes.
If I don't eat.
Right. It's I have no food. I am running out of energy to find food. I don't know where to find food. And for that kid, it's literally like he doesn't even have all those thought processes because he's too young. But that's what I see when I look at that picture is he experienced true hunger and it scared the fuck out of him. Because we always we go, oh, I'm hungry. Like me earlier in between episodes, I was like, oh, we gotta eat. I'm fucking hungry.
We gotta eat before we do the Mabon episode.
Yeah, because I was like, I'm gonna be drooling. And I am drooling anyway, but still, I'd have been worse off.
It's very,
but that's not
very
true
sad.
hunger. Yeah, no. And that, poor kid. He probably used up a lot of his baby fat.
Oh,
Thank
I'm
God
sure
he was
did.
young enough to have enough baby fat to survive.
Oh,
on
yeah.
that.
Yeah.
He probably had some like water stores too
Right.
that helped enable
Right.
him to survive.
Poor kid. And his eyes are haunted.
They are, and that's why I think like that's what I see is true hunger. Like I see him fearing for life, like you said, for the first time ever, and he's way too young to have that fear, which probably makes it even more haunting for us as adults to look at.
Right. And I think the article, you know, just them saying, "Oh yeah, he's doing fine." Like, is he really? I think this kid needs some therapy.
Right.
Like, I think he's a little fucked up. Like, look at that kid and tell me he's fine. Okay, you know what I mean? Like, he's not. Like,
it's hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do remember that story. I just didn't see those pictures.
It was very sad.
Yeah, I was glad to hear when he was found.
Me too. Yeah. All right, guys. So how are you celebrating Mabon? We got to get off here. We've been going for so long.
So yeah, it's our longest holiday episode yet.
It is. Leave us some recipes because you know I need some.
Yeah, and if we get together for Mabon, we'll post the pictures on our Instagram. So check out Witches Talking Tarot on Instagram.
Yes.
Follow our Facebook. See when we start up our tarot lives again. Yeah.
Yes. All right. Well, if you're watching us on YouTube, don't forget to like and subscribe.
Yes.
And we will see you later.
Yep. Thanks for coming to sit with us for a spell. Bye.